One Burgess, you said you had something for us.
Hello. Would you have time to look into something for me?
Yes, sir. Well, let's see what Revelations is. We're playing this one today.
We've received a distress call from the USS Callisto, which was on a research mission in a little explored area of the Delta Quadrant. We're not sure what happened to the Callisto, but we need someone to check it out. There are a lot of people on the Callisto, good Starfleet officers and researchers. Bring them home.
And yeah, this one brings home a Varacast torpedo, which is a pretty fun torpedo on the. Which I'll might cover it in some detail later.
Hello. Would you?
So let's head out. We've arrived at the location of the distress call of the USS Callisto. We're no longer receiving the distress beacon, but the sensors debris are consistent with a lunar class Federation starship. There may be survivors. Scan the wreckage. Now let's get in. We've got a marker there. Let's slow down.
Scanning in progress.
No look. The sensors aren't reading any life signs in the wreckage. Callisto had a crew complement of 350. Unfortunate. Can we identify who attacked her? Admiral, we are getting incoming messages from the outpost station. Let's see what they're saying.
This is 7 of 9, part of a Federation research team assigned to the USS Callisto. My team and I were investigating this outpost when the defense systems activated and destroyed the ship.
Yeah, this is Scarlet from the USS Deutschland. Responding as soon as we could.
I am aware of your service record. Thank you for responding to our request for assistance. I was able to deactivate the outpost defenses, but the system sent out an automated distress signal upon shutdown. It is logical to assume that someone will be arriving to investigate. Please transport my team and me to your ship. I will be of more assistance to you there.
They'll have a lot to explain. It's slow. We overshot that.
Long-range sensors are picking up inbound energy signatures. Voth ships. They must lay claim to this system.
Indeed.
Attention trespassing endotherms. You are trespassing in Voth-aligned space. Surrender now, and we will allow you to live out the remainder of your lives on a prison world.
We will not be made into your prisoners. Two. Those are good.
You have violated the Voth facility and will be...
What there? Usually you don't just stop. What the?
Where are they going? It's not like the Voth to leave a battle they would have clearly won.
That is odd. Stress call from the Turay homeworld on screen.
This is a general distress signal for any ships in range. This is the Turay homeworld. We are under attack by an unknown force of immense power. We require immediate assistance.
Who are they? 2A7?
The Turay are a spacefaring culture that Voyager encountered in 2376. They claim ownership over the underspace, which are corridors through subspace that significantly shorten travel times here in the Delta Quadrant. Command has been attempting to contact them, without success. Access to the underspace would be a distinct advantage for our fleets.
You think the Voths are the ones who tapped the Turay? They like so quickly?
That is one possibility. To my knowledge, the Voth and Turay are not enemies. However, there is still much we do not know about the Delta Quadrant.
Perhaps a good show of faith will be in order. So let's leave the Turay system.
We have arrived in the Turay system. The Voth ships are in combat, but they are not engaging Turay vessels. Their opposition does not conform to any known ship in the database.
Wherever they are, they're quite a punch. Whoever these saints are, their technology is exceptional. Even the Varg does not have ships such as these. Well, the ships have moved off in our direction. Right, we'll come back then. These for the boss ships are following me. We must have service, yeah.
The Voth and whomever they are fighting are speaking on an open channel. We can listen to their communications.
Make it so.
Your defense of the Turay thieves will be your undoing.
The Turay and Voth have a long-standing allegiance. The Turay's exothermic nature makes them superior to the other feeble races of the Quadrant.
Then you will be loyal to the death.
They're not even attempting to negotiate. Right, so let's beam down and help them as much as we can.
The surface of the Turay homeworld is being devastated by the debris from the Voth vessels. The Turay do have a defense network of satellites and shields that is capable of protecting them, but the control network is offline. This was intentional. Their attackers deliberately targeted the area during the initial assault. There is a secondary command center on the outskirts of one of their major settlements. If we transport directly there, we will be able to restore the control network.
Right, let's beam down.
The invaders attacked this facility, but they did not do significant structural damage. They were, however, able to take down the control network controlling the orbital defense grid. That defense grid is the only thing capable of stopping all of the debris from the battle in orbit from raining down on the planet. Small pieces will burn up in the atmosphere, and your ship's weapons can deal with some others, but a significant percentage will get through.
Indeed.
Until that grid is operational, there will be widespread devastation.
Right, let's make it happen. Hello?
There was a firefight here. One of the Turay is injured, but his condition is stable. He may be able to give us more information about the invaders.
Good, we'll help him and maybe he can answer some questions. So,
Thank you. My name is Bellis. You're from Starfleet, right?
Yes, we would like to know what happened here.
The ships emerged from the underspace, and they were too close for our defense grid to stop the launch of drop pods. In minutes, they had knocked out the grid controls, and we were defenseless. We barely had time to transmit a distress signal.
Oh, they attacked us. We couldn't identify the ships.
The attackers were Vaadwaur. Voyager did indeed interact with one of our corridors, but instead of deleting the info as we requested and going on their way, they revived our greatest enemy. All of this destruction, every death, it's all Voyager's fault.
Vaadwaur?
Impossible. It cannot be the Vaadwaur. I would know.
7. Who are the Vaadwaur?
This is all my fault. When we first encountered the Vaadwaur, they were in cryostasis. I foolishly awoke their leader in a moment of curiosity. I didn't know their history. They were conquerors, despots. The Vaadwaur used underspace to rule the Delta Quadrant for decades. It was only when the other races banded together that they were defeated.
Okay.
At the time we encountered them, when I awakened them, Captain Janeway said she probably would have done the same thing. But it wasn't her choice, it was mine. I am responsible. However, the Vaadwaur we encountered did not have a level of technology like what we face here. This is far beyond anything the Vaadwaur are capable of developing in such a short amount of time.
Understood. What's the plan then?
My analysis remains unchanged. We need to restore functionality to the defense grid. There are 4 nodes located on the edge of this complex. We must restart these nodes and realign them to the central tower to re-establish the grid.
That was good. Keep an eye out for any Vaadwaur. They won't like what we're trying to do.
I'll go to the central tower and start the initialization sequence.
Right, and oh good, you've got the door. Yeah. Let's search some Vaadwaur.
I blame myself for the Vaadwaur's return. It was a door best left unopened.
Ooh, that looks like a defense console, so
No further hostile beams detected.
thank you. Oh, there we have some hostile beings over there, so. Okay.
No further hostile beams detected.
Let's analyze this defense node.
Complete these steps in the correct order to initialize and align the node.
Go on.
First, you must launch the startup sequencers.
Start up.
Next, you must update the defense protocols.
Defense protocols.
Finally, you must align the main relay.
Relay. So, start up. Defense protocols. And relay.
Uplink established.
Moving on. Okay, we two over there. We better, and there's some Vaadwaur in the distance, so let's. Cleared out that part, but there's another one. Yep.
When we first rescued the Vaadwaur, we thought we could be allies.
Yeah. Tech commando. Half shields, no shields. So,
No further hostile beings detected.
and that's what we're going to need to do here, 7.
Analysis complete. Perform these steps in the correct order.
Go on.
First, you must launch the startup sequencers.
Start up.
Next, you must update the defense protocols.
Event protocols.
Finally, you must align the main relay.
Relay. Start up. Event protocols. And there's relay.
Defense node online.
Right. Ugly spot to some degree, but we're going to have to go this way.
No further hostile beings detected. Whatever happens here, we must inform our superiors about the Vaadwaur threat.
Yeah, indeed.
No further hostile beings detected.
Let's
I
analyze
have
this
completed
now.
my analysis. Complete the following steps in the correct order.
Go on.
First, you must reboot the core matrix.
Reboot the car matrix.
Next, you must update the defense protocols.
Event protocols.
Finally, you must establish the satellite uplink.
Uplink. Reboot the car matrix. Event protocols. And that was the uplink.
Uplink reinitialized.
Okay, sneaky. We get to the back. Clear out the enemies. This section.
When
No
Admiral
further
Tuvok
hostile
asked
beings
me to
detected.
leave my post at the Daystrom Institute to assist the Callisto, I thought the probability of seeing Vaadwaur was statistically insignificant. We had to ally ourselves with the Teray to escape the Vaadwaur.
Let's do some more analyzing stuff.
My analysis of this node is complete. Execute the following steps in the correct order.
Go on.
First, you must access the AI subroutines.
AI subroutines.
Next, you must update the defense protocols.
Defense protocols.
Finally, you must establish the satellite uplink.
Blink. AI subroutines. Defense protocol. And uplink.
Connection reestablished.
And all we gotta do is activate the defense grid. No, not too soon. Mission Ballas?
Starfleet, I need assistance at the central tower.
Okay. Ooh. How did they get past us? Okay,
No further hostile beams detected.
okay. Let's get you guys up first.
Your team did an excellent job getting the defense nodes back online and realigned to the central hub here. The restart process will take some time, but the defense grid will be active in about 2 minutes.
Okay.
We'd be in good shape if the Vaadwaur hadn't launched more assault pods. These are mobile transporter pads used to bring more troops to the surface rapidly. I assume they're coming to stop us from restoring the defense grid.
We hold them off until the defense grid has completed the restart sequence. And they've already.
No further hostile beams detected.
Ooh,
The Teray took control of underspace after the Vaadwaur were defeated. Clearly, the Vaadwaur object. Vaadwaur reinforcements approaching.
Ugh.
The Vaadwaur are relentless. The probability of our survival is slim. The Vaadwaur are tenacious fighters. We must be more.
up forever!
What is that?
Right.
No further hostile beings detected.
There they are.
No further hostile beings detected.
What are you guys doing? And we now get to see how these work. Also about us being in the firing line.
No further
It is
hostile
not
beings detected.
odd. Voth reinforcements have entered orbit. These Vaadwaur do not want to do battle with an obviously superior force.
Really, I seem to remember that the Vaadwaur were tearing ships apart.
While we did sustain great losses, we have made good on our agreement with the Teray. Bellas, we have restored your defense grid.
Haven't I restored your defense grid, you mean?
I'm not interested in petty squabbling about who did what. The grid is restored and we are safe. That's all that matters.
Apologise, Ballas. USS Voyager's then orbit. Admiral Tuvok is requesting to beam down to your position. Permission granted.
Seven of 9.
Admiral?
We detected the destruction of the Callisto. What?
It was your fault! Your ship invaded the Voth outpost! You woke the Vaadwaur!
Vaadwaur. Interesting. Starfleet intelligence did not consider them a threat. We believed their numbers were few and their technology outdated.
Then you were wrong! The Vaadwaur have returned, and no one is safe.
I see. 7. Voyager could use your expertise again. Will you return to the ship?
That would be acceptable.
Very well. We will take the other survivors from the Callisto as well. Thank you.
Voyager, 2 to beam up.
Right. Time to beam up and get a few things sorted out.
Thank you for assisting 7 and lending aid to the Teray. However, the discovery that our old foes, the Vaadwaur, have made such a leap in technology and are now threatening the entire quadrant is troubling.
I agree.
Thank you. Without your help, my team and I may have been killed by the Voth. Now, however, I must turn my attention to the Vaadwaur. I am responsible for their return. I must assist in their defeat.
Good luck, 7, and stay safe out there. Right. Clear to depart as soon as we're ready. Yeah, let's leave the system. And we're done. So,
I've read Admiral Janeway's mission logs from Voyager. It would be troublesome enough to have the Vaadwaur return in force. They're an aggressive and difficult species. But if they have technology and forces that can defeat the Voth, this does not bode well.
Indeed. And we're getting... And we're get the usual experience points in the lithium arm, and we pick up the lithium cluster torpedo.
Hello. Would you have time to look into something for me?
Yeah. Now, cluster torpedo, unlike most standard weapons, I'll just no, when I'm looking for them.
Not all the experience.
That's next week's mission. So the cluster torpedo is literally a mine layer. It's basically a transphasic cluster torpedo detonates a high yield, detonates a series of weapons and scatters a pile of mines near a target. This is one of the less of two things, and two of them you can basically fire a torpedo out, and instead of going on hitting everything, you'll hit the target and then drop a pile of mines nearby. It's because this particular mine is considered the worst out of the two mines of this type of mine in the man-laying torpedo in the game, but it's quite good fun for a new player, and it is what I like to call the surprise in the back end if you're in an escort. So this has been Mike Rider, so see you guys next time.